Are we live? Doesn't say it. Oh, no, it does. All right, well, we are live. Finally, I have been trying to get on for 30 minutes, and it's not been easy. So anyway, I had a little trouble. And the remedy made it take a lot longer. So anyway, so finally I'm live. Shabbat shalom to everybody who's observing the Sabbath tonight, and just a regular shalom if you're not. So anyway, good to see everybody tonight. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope you had a great Friday. April 21st, 2023, 4:21. 9:49 p.m. Yeah, at 9:20. I was trying to get on here at 9:20. It took 30 minutes to get on. Anyway, here we are. I don't know if everybody went to bed. It's almost 10 o'clock. Like I said, I tried to get on before 9:30, and it was not a go. So anyway, so I am going to read the fourth commandment. Fourth commandment is about the Sabbath. It goes, and this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 through 11. If you want to see all the commandments, go to chapter 20 of Exodus. My cat's trying to jump up on something. He hit it and fell back down. Anyway, he's up. So if you want to see all the 10 commandments, you can go to Exodus chapter 20. And it actually starts at verse 2. And it goes through the end of 17. So there you go. And so anyway, chapter 20, verse 4 goes, and this is the fourth commandment. If you observe all 10 commandments, this is the fourth one. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. That's right. So that is the fourth commandment, the Sabbath. Sabbath rest. God used to order people to death if they broke the Sabbath. And now, because man's laws have changed and Paul has changed people's opinions on the Sabbath, a lot of people don't do the Sabbath at all, and nothing happens to them. They don't get stoned to death. I think that's how that one guy got killed. What was that, in Numbers? I think. Was it Numbers? No, it wasn't. Numbers was the quail. The quail dropping from the sky. Anyway, you know the story. Cat's trying to get through on my desk here. There's always a cat who wants to jump up as soon as I start doing this every night. So anyway, hope y'all had a great day. I got ready for the Sabbath, and which really wasn't too much. I already made some enchiladas, a tray of enchiladas for tomorrow. I make little pans, like little trays, and freeze them, and have that for tomorrow. And I painted my hallway today. Most of it, first coat, looks great. Looks complete from here anyway. And I don't know, it was a pretty good day for me. I hope you all had a good day. I am observing this Sabbath until tomorrow. It's been cold all day. I didn't even know what it was. It felt really cold because it was cold, windy, and snowing, these tiny little crumbs. They're the tiniest. They're not even snowflakes. They're just like tiny little a dusting. Really weird, but it continued all day. And eventually, it did kind of get on the grass and stuff. Just weird, cold, nasty day. I'm gonna see how cold it is. Maybe it felt colder. I don't know. But we're slowly warming up. Spring and sprung. Let's see. What is it? It was 33 at 7:14. I refreshed it. Now it's 31 degrees. But it has been. Anyway, these little dust balls should stop at 10 o'clock, which is 5 minutes. Anyway, this yucky, cold, icky, dark, cloudy, cold day. Oh, hey, Grace, how you doing? I was looking at the weather. Did someone say enchiladas? Yes, I did. Earlier this week, I made a little tray of them. There's like 4 or 5 of them, whatever. I put them in a tiny glass dish, and I froze it for tomorrow. And I took that out and thawing out right now. I love enchiladas. Yeah, it was crazy snow pellets. I know what you're talking about. Little styrofoam balls. You know what's funny? Like I said, they were just tiny little specks, and it went all day, and it hardly adds up to nothing. But it's kind of funny. I'm glad. My water kept leaking until about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it seemed like it was slowing down. It was under control. So me and the dog slept in the living room because the bedroom's all. I had to make sure nothing got wet, so everything's pushed into one spot. So we slept on the couch and woke up this morning, and I looked in there. It was dry, so thank God. I got the fan on it. We got a little over ½ an inch on the ground. So yeah, that might be what this is. I don't know. It's showing, yeah, it's showing up on the grass and everything. So yeah, it's probably ½ inch. It's on my barbecue grill too. Not a lot for snowing all day. For snowing all day, it didn't add up to very much. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I just that was so much work. I didn't even wasn't even able to paint last night because it was just too much work keeping it dry and dried up. It was like a hose trickling, you know what I mean? It was coming constant, but it stopped drying up right now. It's all pretty much dried up, but anyway, I'm gonna have to put plastic out there or something. Anyway. So today I painted. I've got my hallway painted, at least one coat. Looks good because it's been part of my house has been just primered for months. I think I told you guys. I asked the lady, what was the deal with the paint? And she said, well, they stopped carrying Color Place. I don't know what happened, but they switched over to Glidden, and so that's why they didn't have no paint for a while. I don't know what happened. But anyway, they're back and they got paint again. And so I'm super happy. I got as much done in the hallway as I could today. You know what? It takes a lot of time to tape. You know what I mean? Taping and doing a good job taping takes a while. Just as much as it does to, just as long as it does to paint, you know? It's, but yeah, it did stop. And I was glad that there were just little dust balls today. You know what? This funny thing is, Zach Hubbard, who lives in Washington State, he moved from Yakima. I'm not really sure what city he lives in now, but it's still the same out there. But he brought up a good point. And I've thought the same thing, but I never said it. You know, you don't say anything because I don't know. You start to just think. Anyway, he brought up something that I've thought of before. Yes, Grace. It is all about the prep, though. So yes, prep work is time consuming. I always do a good job with my prep work, but it still doesn't really take a long time. You can do good prep work in short amount of time. You know, if you have a brain and you're not lazy and you're not trying to stress the job out, nothing like that. Yes, all about the prep. It's always been my motto. Anyway, forgot what I was just saying. What was I saying? You have to back it up. I don't know what I was just saying. You threw me off because yes, I so much agree. I'm very passionate about that, about my prep work. It should not take my fraud time though. No. Unless you're trying to milk the job out, or if you're just lazy, or if you don't want to show up where you know, all these things. You can make a big deal out of the prep work and even charge people extra for it, but that's really not right because that's half of the job. You know what I mean? I've always been very passionate about the prep work. I just noticed my shirt has paint on it. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I got a new paint shirt. And lucky it's not my new twins uniform. It's not a uniform, but my two new twin shirt. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. My mom's handyman too. Way too much time. Took way too much time doing different projects like that. Milking ads is what they're doing. They're trying to make it look difficult and time consuming. So you are very happy to pay them more because you just saw they took a week, you know, to do a 1 day job. But you have to take a week. Well, they ran into some trouble and yeah, there's more work than they thought and up the price. And, yeah. Yep. Anyway, so Shabbat Shalom to you, Grace, and everybody else listening who does Sabbath. Anyway. Looking at these lemon seeds I got, they're really dried out. When I was eating lemons for a while, because I was trying to get off Kool-Aid, so I was like putting lemons and stuff in my water. Anyway, I started collecting the lemon seeds. Pretty dried out. But yep, I think I'll be growing any lemons here probably in Minnesota. Unless it's indoor. You know what? I've grown that geranium plant inside the winter all along. Because I didn't want to go through the process of storing it. Because you know what you got to do? You actually have to get the dirt off the pull it up, get the dirt off the dirt off the roots. Then you like bag it up, and I don't know what else you do, other stuff. You put it in a cool, dark place for the winter, and then you bring it out. You kind of bring it back to life, whatever. And I thought, no, why don't I just put it here next to the window? Huh? And I did, and it kind of went dormant, but still living and still sprouting. It, I'll show you. It's doing great. Let me see. Dog's in my way. I don't want to disturb the dogs. Yeah, forget that prepping and all that stuff. Oh, there is my plant. Geranium. It's a white one. Going fishing. I've had this thing a long time. Got it out of a house many, many years ago. This is like the coolest material, and this is all carved in here. It's kind of cool, but I like it. It's a Minnesota thing. But anyway, that's my plant. And yeah, so as soon as it gets warm enough, I'm gonna put it back outside. And you know what? Bam! It'll flourish. As soon as it starts getting nice out, I'm gonna put it outside because then it gets full sun. You know what I'm saying? My brother and I removed the carpet and completely remodeled her entire room and basement while the handyman redid 3 wooden stairs. Yeah, right? Yeah. No, you don't need to go through all that. No. No, I thought, why don't you just put it next to the window and water it through the winter? And if it dies or almost dies, then I'll try to save it. But it's like a lot of extra work. Nothing. Anyway, let's making it. We're already middle end of 3/4, almost through April. We're gonna be in May here pretty soon. Do you know? Actually, tonight the sunset was after 8 o'clock. It was 8:09, I think, or 8:07, or whatever. But it was like 7:59 last week. But anyway, we're actually sunsetting after 8 p.m. Isn't that cool? And you can still kind of see till like 8:30 or something. They call it twilight or whatever. But no. Anyway, so how was your day, Grace? Like I said, I slept in late. We slept on the couch last night. We were up so late. Dogs kept going in the bedroom with me. We stayed in there. It was just like nonstop on that leak because I did not want no water damage. So anyway, I tended that thing like a baby till 3 in the morning. Pretty much, I went to bed. And anyway, got up. And that was done. We just kind of chilled out. But actually, I got up and painted my hallway. I'm so happy I got paint again. It was like a paint famine at Walmart. Is that biblical? A paint famine? Biblical. Yeah. 'Cause I guess you can just make up anything these days. You know what I mean? You know what's so weird? I mean, I know why, but it's still weird. You had a fabulous day. You got so much done. Spring cleaning complete, and I feel great. Awesome, great, Grace. I'm super happy for you. 'Cause I know you're not feeling good for a while, so it is good to be up and at 'em, getting stuff done. If I knew how to do emojis on here, I would do the one where the girl is dancing, kicking her leg up, dancing, or whatever, with the long dress on, dancing emoji. Hey, remember that girl that used to come in the chat? Grace, you'd remember. Remember that girl that used to come in the chat? And then, I don't know. I don't even know if she's a Christian. I think she was from Australia or somewhere. Remember, she had like, I don't know, something wrong with her daughter or something, the little kid, but she lived with her parents. Anyway, remember she was a dancer and she always put up videos like very provocative dancing. Remember her? And she'd lure the guys over there to watch her dancing. Remember that? She was weird. Paint famine. I'm shocked the famous YouTube prob didn't let you know about that. Yeah, he should have told me. Should have told me that was coming in December because that's my last paint I had. I didn't know it was the last one, so I went back there. And then they're out. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Huh? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. She knows. Nobody knows nothing. And that went on for like 3 months. And then I got to the bottom of it yesterday. Yeah. For some reason, they're no longer carrying that. So they just weeded it all out. Now they got a different brand. And they switched brands. So she's from New Zealand. Okay, thank you. I know she was from somewhere down under, wherever they go. Close. I was close. So what did I say? Australia? That was close. They often get each other mixed up. I mean, not them, but other people. Yeah, the dancer. Remember that? And she'd have the guys go over there. Yeah, close enough. I just remember accent. And they sounded like New Zealand, and because they're close to each other. But anyway, both islands, right? Where she lived in New Zealand. Yeah, remember the guys on my channel would subscribe to her, and yeah, She was still a notch up above the pole dancer though. I gotta give her that. She didn't do the whole. Did she? She didn't ever use the pole? Did she? I think I remember that. Did she use a pole? Was there a pole involved? I don't think so. I think no. She was like, yeah. I remember now. I don't think there was a pole. But yeah. You know what I saw on Craigslist? Somebody was selling a pole for pole dancer, and I saw it was in their apartment. So we're not. Did I say Craigslist on Facebook? When you go on Facebook Marketplace, they have today's ads, or you can switch it or whatever. You can look for something, but they put up all the things that went on today. And I scrolled through. This was a couple weeks ago, and there's a metal pole, and the picture of it, you could tell it was somebody's apartment. She did wear clothes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. Yeah. Well, hey, John, how you doing tonight? I like your new shirt there. Good to see you tonight. Welcome in, shalom. Maybe someone will buy it for Sugar Mama. Yeah. The pole, yeah. Yeah, you tell by the picture, it was an apartment. So somebody had installed a stripper pole in their apartment. I love Facebook Marketplace. I've only been on there a couple months because everybody kept telling me when I did my garage sales or I'd sell something on Craigslist, they said, "Oh, you should go on Marketplace. You go on Marketplace, you'd get more people." Anyway, I went on Marketplace looking for a paddle boat. Remember, I got ripped off on that last paddle boat. I didn't, not money. She just kind of blew me off and meeting her up. I didn't give her no money or nothing. But anyway, I thought there's got to be other paddle boats. I thought, I know, I'll check out that Facebook Marketplace. Man, there's so much more stuff on there. A lot more. Well, hey, D, good to see you tonight. Shalom. All right, just outside. See you in a few. But yeah, Facebook Marketplace didn't have one paddle boat. They had about 10 paddle boats. Or no, they had even more if you went outside the area. But just in my area that I was looking at, like 10 paddle boats. More if you want to go further. But anyway, they got more of everything. So anyway, I check it every day. I just love that. You know, and everybody was telling me, because every time I sold something or had a garage sale or something, people always say, you should put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, nah. Well, not only that, but you have to have a Facebook account. I don't have a Facebook account. Well, anyway, I have a fake Facebook account. And well, it's not fake, but it doesn't have my name on it. So I have a Facebook account that does not have my name on it. It's my account, but it doesn't have my name on it. Because I did not want to do that. Hey, John, good to see you. Grace says hi to John. Hi outside. Coming back in a few minutes. All right. It must be nice out there. And nobody here is outside right now. Unless you have to be. It's really, really cold here. Oh. Especially since we got up to almost 90. It feels in the 30s. Feels really bone chilling. They're trying to promote those poles as exercise equipment a few years back. Did they? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Maybe the insurance would pay for it. Anyway. Anyway, Grace says hi to D. D, you really should come up here and enjoy some snow. Yeah, we had the weirdest snow today. Oh, I know I was going to say earlier. Zach Hubbard, who lives in Washington. That's where I lost my train of thought when I saw your comment about prepping. Anyway, Zach Hubbard lives in Washington State. He brought up a fact that why does it snow above 32 degrees now? We can be almost 40 degrees and it'll be snowing. And I kind of thought of that once in a while too. Like, it never used to snow unless it went below freezing, which is 32. But now it snows when it's 37, 38, 40 degrees. That's weird. Like, why is it snowing when it's above freezing? That don't make no sense. Unless it's not really snow. That sometimes looks styrofoam. But it really shouldn't be snowing when it's above 32. You know what I mean? It should be raining. It always just turned into rain at that point. Anyway, if anybody wants to come up tonight, Dee or John, Grace, if you guys want to come up, I'll put a link up if you want to come up and chat. It's just an open chat. Not too much going on tonight. Tomorrow, unless somebody wants to chat or something, I will have a study ready to go, and it is there's a couple things. I guess I'll decide tomorrow during Sabbath. I won't have a lot to do, so I'll probably work on tomorrow's study in it. And I've been kind of jotting down notes. I'm going to make up my own. And I wish I knew how to do like bring up on screen something that I write. You know what I mean? But I don't know how to do that. Not yet, anyway. I got to figure that out because I have a. You know how they do like the side by side with Jesus' teachings and Paul's teachings? Well, I've been doing one with side by side comparisons of New Testament teachings and Old Testament teachings. Because I really haven't seen that where I can just clip it and use it. So I've been making my own. A lot of different. You guys, the Old Testament, New Testament is totally different. Two totally different religions. I mean, and you know, I was thinking today is kind of weird because if you say, like, people will think that certain things are New Age religion. Well, wait a minute. The newest age religion really is Christianity. It's the newest religion there is. I mean, so if there's any New Age religion, it's Christianity because people think of New Age as I mean, I know there's New Age teachings about I don't know, but are they really new? Because you know the New Age teachings are actually ancient teachings. You know what I'm saying? So if you say New Age and you bring up the list, well, most of them that you're going to bring up are ancient teachings. And so in all reality, the newest age religion is Christianity. It is the newest religion. I don't know, is there any other religions besides like Spaghetti Monster or anything like that that came up after Christianity? Maybe Mormonism. I think that came up at the same time. Oh, you know, I told somebody today they're talking about Mormons. I said, ask them about their magic underwear. And he's like, what? And I said, yeah, ask them about the magic underwear. I should bring it. You know what? I was talking to somebody on the phone, so I wasn't able to do this, but I pulled up now. Let me pull it up. Let me show you. They don't, well, they know it's called magic underwear, but it's actually called they used to call it I don't know, it's now they call it a temple garment, but they used to call it something else. What was it called? Underwear? Mormon underwear? Or more special underwear. That's what they used to call it, special underwear. Now they call it temple garment. But that's false because you don't just wear it in the temple, you wear it all the time. It is the strangest thing. Anyway, you guys want to see what I'm talking about? I think you guys already know. Anyway, they're supposed to. Okay, so to call it a temple garment is false. Yeah. All right, welcome back, D. So they call it a temple garment, but as you can see, people refer to the magic underwear. They know what it means, but to say temple garment It's weird because one time I watched this documentary on Mormons, and somebody was interviewing them, and most of them are outside the temple, and they were saying, "Well, how come you're not inside the temple?" They said, "Well, you have to be here for a long time to get inside the temple. You gotta. I guess it's a certain amount of brainwashing you have to go under before they let you in." But anyway, they didn't really put it in that words, but anyway, so they have to wear this all the time, you guys. It's not just in the temple. And like I said, they don't even get in the temple for a long time. So, no. What is the special underwear that Mormons wear? Well, here, let's just say temple garment. Temple garments are sometimes described as magic underwear by non-Mormons. But Mormons view this terminology to be both misleading and offensive. I heard somebody ask, if they're wearing magic underwear, why do they have to wear helmets on bicycles? Or why are they wearing helmets on bicycles if they have magic underwear on? No, thanks, Grace, about the snow. What's the special underwear that Mormons wear? Temple garment. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. One second. Oh, come on, you got untether here. Ah. Let me see that. Mormon underwear, formerly known as temple garment. Oh, now it's. Oh, formerly as temple garment is a type of undergarment worn by Mormons. The undergarments resemble a white t-shirt tucked in long white shorts meant to be worn underneath one's clothes at all times. So, yeah. So when you see Mitt Romney, know that he's got the and yeah. If I can't even pull up. Normally, right? You know me. I'd pull up the. I'd go up here and I'd click on images and I'd show you pictures, thousands of pictures, hundreds. I'm not going to do that, you guys, because some are minimum R-rated. Because the underwear's got this special, like a sock built into it for the guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I'm just looking at these questions here. Anyway, yeah, a lot of questions of that religion there. That to each his own. It'll be cool here the next few days, low to mid 50s. Yeah, we're in a cold snap too. Well, 50s ain't too bad if it's not like raining or the wind blowing. Then it gets really cold. Or even cloudy. If it's 50s and sunny, feels like 70s. I mean, if it's 50s and cloudy and rainy or windy, feels like 30s. Yeah, it sure does. Did I miss the comment? I think I'm going to pull up the stream on the screen here. It's easier to read. You know what? You know what the strangest thing about, well, one of the strangest things about Christianity, like the premise of it. Well, I could go through a lot of strange things, but right now I'm getting flooded with the strange things. But anyway, the whole, like, before they turned it into Jesus as a God and he died for your sins and all that stuff, before that, the original story of Jesus is that he came to go against the churches, the temple leaders, the people who turned the temple into a money-making cash cow. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with God anymore. And that's why he came and cleansed the temple, and that's why he was murdered. I mean, not murder, but you know what I mean. Put to death, sentenced. Well, it is murder because you guys know I brought this up a long time ago. I was looking at death. They had a death row inmate, and I looked up something, and I noticed it said it says that when somebody is sentenced to death by the state, and you're sentenced, you have the death penalty, and then when they put you to death, your death certificate, the cause of death is homicide. So even if you're executed because you're found guilty of a crime, it's still homicide. That's what's on your death certificate, homicide, as a cause of death when you're executed. So Jesus being executed for his crimes is homicide. Still, I mean that it's legal homicide, but it's homicide. But anyway, but so Jesus is put to death, right, for going against the Roman government by disrupting the business in the temple. So he's put to death, and then that's turned into a whole bunch of other stuff later. That he's a god, and you know he died for your sins, all this stuff. But the original story of Jesus is that he was, because the Jews loved him, his fellow Jews loved him. They didn't hate him; they loved him, mobbed him. He was so loved. But he had a problem with the church leaders. The whole story of the Gospels, all four Gospels, who's his problem with? The Jews? Nope. It's the people that run the church. That's the whole Gospels. The whole Gospels is not him saying he's going to die for anybody's sins. He never said that once. The whole Gospel was him running into the church leaders and having arguments with them about how they're running things and how they twist everything, and they're just using it for a cash cow, money making thing where everybody's getting rich. It's not even a house of prayer anymore. That's the story. But of course, the church is not going to have that. That's not good for business to have that story. So the church changes it. And well, a long time, whatever, it gets changed. It morphs. It morphs into something, and then something, and then something else, and something else. So anyway, by now, 2,000 years later, it's morphed into Jesus died for your sins. He was a demigod. His a virgin birth. He was a human sacrifice. All the stuff that the pagans. So his message has been completely lost. I mean, unless you don't think so, I do. I think the message is completely lost. Jesus' message has been lost. They can't. Well, they killed the messenger, but they couldn't kill the message. So then, if you can't kill the message in the messenger, if you can't kill the message, then you have to change the message. So the message got changed to I'm a demigod and I'm a human sacrifice and I'm dying for your sins. Which, if you read the Gospels, none of that's in there. No way. That's not what the story is about. But the story is about the church doesn't want you to know. The story is about Jesus warning you, get out of the churches. They're just using them to make money. Now, why would the church tell you that? They're not gonna. Because, yeah, you're going to start asking them some questions. Wait a minute. If Jesus was against the churches, then what are we doing here? If Jesus is against the churches, and one of the things is they're making money off everybody, then why are we giving them money? Because that's what he's against. He's against the churches giving a false message and taking your money and using the church for a cash cow business, and that's what they're still doing to this day. So of course the church has got to change that message. No, he never did that. What he did is died for your sins, and if you don't come here every week and give us your money, you're going to burn in fire. Anyway, just how weird. You went from warning you that the church has been a money grab to no, it's a human sacrifice that was forgave you of your sins, and just anyway, weird how things have changed over 2,000 years. It'll be cool, yeah. Like I could go on and on. Here's another thing that I was thinking when I was painting today. You know, John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, those who believe in him shall have everlasting life, or whatever. All right, wait a minute. All right, so you're telling me that God loved the world so much that he actually used his child as a human sacrifice to save it, right? That's the theme, right? That's what we got, right? God loved this world so much because he created the world and he loved it so much that he sacrificed his son as a human sacrifice just to save it, right? Well, then how come, 15 minutes later, Satan owns the world? Now, how come, wait a minute, if he loved the world so much, then why did he hand it over to Satan and let him become God of the world? How does that make any sense? If he loved the world so much that not only did he hand the world over to Satan, says your world now. Okay, where does that put God? So it's not God's world anymore; it's Satan's world, right? But other things will say he's the prince of the world, or prince of the power of the air, or whatever. Well, okay, princes don't run anything, like Prince Charles, right? You don't do nothing to become a king. Okay, so if Satan is the God of this world, then God is not the God of this world. There's only one God. So Satan is the God of this world, then God is out. Where does that leave God? And then God loved the world so much that he just handed over to Satan. Human sacrificed his son, handed over to the whole world over to Satan. And then he tells you that you have to hate the world. You have to hate the world? Well, God loved the world. Aren't we supposed to be just like God? God loved the world so much he sacrificed his child. Okay, so we should love the world too because he loved it so much his child was sacrificed to save it, right? Well, but we're supposed to hate it. So we're supposed to hate God's creation that he did and saw it was good. God says it's a good creation. And he loves it so much he's sending his son to save it. But we're supposed to hate it? So this is like my head's just starting to feel like I was in a vice right now. So I'm just gonna stop. Anyway. Like I said, just write this stuff down and then look at it and say, okay, now from now on, this is your religion. Okay, so I love God loves the world, so I love the world. No. God loves the world, but you have to hate the world. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, but and by the way, it's not God's world. It's not God's world. No, it's Satan's world now. Well, where's God? Well, he's Jesus. Well, where's Jesus? Well, he's waiting, but it's Satan's world. Like, if you're writing this down, and you have to eat his flesh and drink his blood too. Now, if this was on like a pamphlet when you're entered into the Christian community, like they hand you this in a program, like a pamphlet thing, and here's you'd say, I can't be doing this stuff. This is too weird for me. I'm out. But yeah, if you're growing up in it and it all sounds normal, you don't have to think about it. And you won't. And then if you're told you can't ask questions because it's all perfect, I still want to watch that thing about the King James. You know what I've been listening to? Really good advice. Like, I'm trying to get it up here, but my thing ain't working here. I only do one thing at a time. It says either the volume or the scroll. Okay, I'll make sure the volume's off. Now I can't remember his first name. I think it's Code. No, what is this name? Let me just see if I can make sure the sound is off, which it's not. All right. I'll pull it up and show you guys. Native American, the Navajo teaching. This is anyway, the guy, I'm trying to find his name. I know his last name is Brown. And I always think Cody Brown because I knew somebody named Cody. Somebody had a kid named Cody Brown. It's not Cody Brown. It's, let me just see, Wally. Wally Brown. I think his name is Wally. Anyway, I really like his Native American stuff. But anyway, he's got all right. And it's kind of weird because they've been around a long time, maybe before the Bible. I don't know. But I think his name is Wally Brown. I can't remember. But his channel is called Navajo Traditional Teaching. And most of the people in his chat, a lot of them aren't native at all. But he's got some really cool teachings anyway. He's got a lot of knowledge. Anyway, so his wife died like a year and a half ago. And I saw one of his videos was a tribute to his wife who passed away. And his wife was a Native American too, and very proud of her Native heritage. And but anyway, she taught in the school system, right, in the public school system, and she didn't like how they were teaching false history, about the natives and stuff. So if she tried to speak up and stuff, it wasn't received very well. You watch him too? I love his stories. I love them. Anyway, he's talking about his wife who was trying to maybe straighten out some of the he talks about evil. That video I just had up, they were talking about I don't know what happened. Where is it? Anyway, the one I just had up was about the Native American creation story. And it's weird? They got 4 rivers in it, just like the Bible, like the River Euphrates and whatever, Pison or whatever the other ones. Anyway, just kind of weird how all these you watch them too? Yep. I'm gonna get his link because he's got some really good teachings in here. Really good. I'll just show you real quick. Yeah, truth about prayer, all this stuff. I've watched most of them. He knows how to speak the language. Corrupt medicine people. This one here, the male-female balance. I really like that. In the Navajo, this one here is talking about going into the sweat lodge. And when you go into these sweat lodges, when you come up to the sweat lodge, you say something, whatever in their language, which means may I enter or can I come in? And then they say, who are you? And you're supposed to give your spiritual name and what tribe you're from. And then they say enter. Then you go into the sweat lodge. It said the Native Americans believe that it's kind of like when you die, you're going to enter into this thing, and there's going to be people in there waiting to ask you questions. And the first questions they're going to ask him is, how did you treat your wife? You know what I mean? He said there are a bunch of people will be asking me that. How did you treat your wife? So he always made sure he treated his wife good, because unlike in Christians, where like or even the Old Testament, where the man is important and the woman's not, in Native Americans, men and women are very equal, so equal that you can't have one without the other. He said, he said, you cannot have the man without a woman, and you can't have a woman without the man. So they need each other, and they balance each other and all this other stuff. So they got a much healthier outlook on marriage and equality and all that stuff. I like his teachings. And Navajo pyramids, creation stories. Anyway, he's got a lot of good stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna. Oh wait, I have to pull my channel up in order to put a link, so I'll do that. Yeah, I like it. I'm not Native American, but most of the people in his chat aren't either. He's got over 200,000 subscribers, and I mean, look at just 4 days ago he posted a video. It's already got. Oh yeah, sorry, not looking. So he's got 200,000 subscribers, and this guy is really good. Most people, everybody's got good things to say about him in the chat. Very wise, but so just saying, 4 days ago he's already got 61,000 views. This one 2 weeks ago, 135,000 views. Yep, and they believe in the good and the evil and in a high God. You know what I mean? The ultimate God, and then there's also like things that help you. I don't know what they call them, the holy people. Anyway, yeah, 207,000 subscribers. So yeah, he's very popular. Let me pull up my channel so I can post a link. It's funny you watch him too, huh, D? I mean, real good. All of it, really good advice. No matter what religion you are, it's good advice. Just like the a lot of the Buddhist stuff is it's just good advice for everybody. You know what I mean? No matter who you are, what you believe in. Good advice is good advice. All right, let me get this up for you guys if I can. All right, now I got it. I have to go on YouTube, pull both channels up. I don't know how to do this on my phone, so I gotta do it on here. I think his name is Wally. Is his name Wally? I think Wally Brown. Wait here. Forget I'll put Navajo teachings. Anyway. Yeah, he is very good. He's very good. No matter what religion or what you believe in, he's got great advice. I mean, life advice. No matter who you believe in or what you believe in, good advice is good advice, you know. Anyway, yeah. I just recommended this to somebody today. So, yeah, his wife passed away. I don't know how, but anyway. So after a year, he gave a really nice tribute to her. Really nice. But yeah, she tried to change the school system into trying to show them the real history and stuff, and they did not want to hear it. Of course they didn't. I mean, anyway, she tried. It just broke her heart to see these kids learning the lies. Kind of part of the goes with it. But you know what? If all the good people stopped being school teachers, what would you have left? You know what I mean? You got to have some good, decent people in the school system to watch out for the kids. You know what I mean? So the last thing we want is all the good people. If you think they're Christians or whoever they are, if you want all the good people to abandon the school system, then they're left. They're left with wolves, nothing but wolves. So last thing we want is everybody to stop being teachers. I mean, no, you know, and have people can get in there and stand up for things here and there too, lead the cause and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, we don't want. I don't think everybody should just abandon the school system. Kids need somebody in there. I mean, Wally Brown. Yep, thanks. Anyway, so yeah, other than that, you guys don't have a whole lot going on. Me and the doggies are ready for the Sabbath. It was a pretty good week. I can't wait till tomorrow night when I can start painting again. I'm gonna be done with my painting probably in the next 2 or 3 days, so I'll be done. Had a little hang up because they were out of paint for so long, but we got to the bottom of that. I don't know if that company went out of business or what, that color place. There are a lot of parents that are standing up against the system, but if all you are doing is watching TV, you're not going to see it. That's right. You're right. There is a lot of people standing up. You'll see it on YouTube. You'll see parents standing up about these nasty books that are in the school library and about twerking with weirdos in the library teaching your kids how to twerk and stuff like that. Yeah. And certain things sexualizing children and yeah, there are a lot of parents stand up. They don't want you to see that because they don't want nobody else getting ideas. But you're right. They don't want you to see it, but there are people standing up. If everybody just abandons the kids, how is that good? You know what I mean? And not everybody can homeschool. Let's get real. Not everybody's in that position. So, yeah, we got to have good people in the school system to, working on the inside and trying to make things right. So other than that, nothing. I don't know anything else new today. I was painting all day. And yeah, I didn't see any studies today or anything. Didn't do too much. Boys, just getting ready for Sabbath and yeah, you're right. Some teachers are standing up too, just like the nurses, you know what I mean? You got doctors and nurses standing up and we got teachers standing up. And that's what you need. Now, if all the good people abandon the school system, what do you want? Wolves in there, 100% wolves in there being teachers? No, you want good people being teachers. And that's good. The parents and the teachers. Some people are just like, okay, we got to draw the line here at some point. You want those people removed and just go home and homeschool your kids? I mean, homeschooling probably is best. But if it's not possible, you want somebody in that school with some morals and, fear of God and knowing what's right from wrong. But yeah, if everybody just fend for themselves, what about the kids that still have to go there? My cup is still leaky. I tried to get another one. I saw it at the thrift shop. It's just not the same. I need a big tumbler. I drink a lot of water, and the other one's just too small. Chug that thing down in 5 minutes. That's like a trick dribble cup. Anyway. So anything else, ladies? Any news from you guys? I didn't see anything that I didn't hear any news. I haven't got any. It really wasn't on the computer today, so I don't know if anything big happened. I don't think so. Was there any raptures today? Going to a group conscience AA meeting tomorrow morning at 10. There's a lengthy pamphlet about it, the guidelines of running AA. I've never been to one. Really? A group conscience AA meeting about running AA? Oh, about the guidelines of running. That's cool. Don't blame your cup. We all know you have a hole in your lip. Yeah. Yeah. I've been sucking on these Novocaine pops. My lips are all numb. So it just dribbles down like I've been to the dentist. Oh, I hate that when you go to the dentist and it's numb. Ugh. I learned one thing though, you gotta sip through a straw when you have to go to the dentist. Lynn said the last time there was one, it was 2016. So it's time for another. Wow, that's a long time. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Wow. Like 7 or 8 years ago. Wow, yeah, might be time for another. That's cool. You get an opportunity to show up. Yeah, way overdue. I don't keep up with the news either. I don't. Like what I do though, I kind of I get these updates from the news station the little like 5-minute clips that come up at night about what happened during the day in my local area. Well, actually, I mean in Minnesota. I find out what happened in the Twin Cities like every night. They have the top stories. So news only. There'll be like the 3 or 4 top stories for today in Minnesota. So that's really all I really care about is local stuff. You know what I mean? I don't really care about. I care nothing about the world news. Zero about the world news. United States. I don't like bad weather where in anybody's area. But anyway, if I know somebody in the area, then I might be concerned. Exact area, but I'm not really familiar with everything that comes up on the news. And you know what, you got my theory is you should just really kind of be more concerned about your own community. I mean, like you really can't make a difference in the world. I mean, some people can. I don't know. I doubt it though. But I think you can make a difference in your community. So I do. I always check to see what's going on in my community. It's about it. My local paper. We get a paper every Saturday. And it just tells you the little happenings. It's about all I care about. Yes, the rapture happened. We didn't make it. I hate when that happens. I wonder what I did wrong this time. Maybe because I wasn't watching enough rapture videos? Maybe. Yeah, maybe next time, right? Better luck next time. Wonder how many people will be there? I don't know. Did the word get out about that deed? Did they advertise it, or it's just it depends how many people heard about it. Like it might be from people from every day of the week. My sister and brother-in-law are glued to the TV watching. I know. I used to be. Man, I never shut my TV off. I loved it back before 2015, up till 2015, I was watching the news. I was watching TV. And I had that news on 24 hours a day. Fox News, CNN News. I couldn't get enough news. when I came home, I'd go straight and wonder what news did I miss. And now have not had a TV in so long. I think 7 years I haven't had a TV. Don't care. So yep, I get little notifications, like local news. Usually Twin Cities. We don't really have a lot of news up here. You know, somebody's cow got out of the fence or something, but like in the cities, though, there's we have the same stuff, but yeah, I used to too, and that was a waste of time. It was a waste of energy too. Like you're worried about things that are never going to happen. They want you to worry about. And even if they do happen, it's out of your control. You know what I mean? It's really no. It's kind of like self-abuse. You know what I mean? It's like self-imposed fear tactics. Like nobody's forced me to be in front of the news, listen, but I liked it. I wanted to know. And looking back, it never helped anything. Never changed my life. Never benefited me in any way to know what was on the news. Yes, we have a large board that we post postings happening. Oh, well, maybe a lot of people will be there, D. Especially if there hasn't been a meeting like that. You might have a lot of people there. Yep, no need to get upset over crap that's out of control. That's right. And if you just don't even have a TV, guess what? Nothing's happening. What happened in Kathy's world today? Nothing. I painted and slept in and painted and prepared my stuff for the Sabbath. What about the Iraqi missiles? What about the Russians in Ukraine? What about? No, I don't know anything about that. But I did get my enchiladas ready for tomorrow, if that helps. It's kind of all I know. Oh, and my color did match perfectly with my last batch, so I'm really happy about that. What about Ukraine? Oh, I did see something. I did see something that came up. If I move my mouse wrong, a news came up, and it said something about Putin is in diapers. I thought to myself, I laughed. I said, "Is it Putin or who is it? Gorbachev? I don't know. Somebody's in diapers right now." Oh my goodness! I gotta shut this up. Oh, this is just funny. Anyway, that's why, and I don't know what word it is. If my mouse hovers in the wrong place, like down the corner, all of a sudden the today's news, like top stories of the world stories pops up. I don't even know how. If I get my mouse too close to the bottom of the screen, something pops up. Anyway, it's the news stories, and this is about some. I thought it was Don or Joe. No, it was Putin or who's the one? Who's the Russian guy that was had his shirt off and was riding a horse? Thought he was Fabio. Who was that? Putin. Let me see if I can find it. It should come up if I put Putin diapers. Oh, you guys! I hope people. It is Vladimir Putin. Okay, Vladimir Putin diapers. Let's see if it comes up. There's something about him being in diapers. I'm 30. Maybe Joe Biden has diapers too. Yeah, right here. Look at. This is what came up. It was Radar Online or something. I don't know what it is. Diaper wearing Putin suffered a breakdown. So he had a nervous breakdown. Now he's wearing a diaper because he received cancer treatment. Well, a second. I get some rings here in the display thing. I want to correct those. All right. Diaper wearing Putin suffered a breakdown, and he's reportedly wearing diapers. And here, Daily Star says diaper wearing. See, they want diaper wearing Putin has a breakdown. They said Joe had diapers. Yeah, they want him. Oh, you think that these people are well, I think they want you to know that these people are not the ones controlling. They're kind of telling us that these are just puppets. It's okay if they're having nervous breakdowns and they're not the ones in control anyway. Yeah, Putin is Putin. He suffered a breakdown after changing to a stronger cancer medicine. Look at this. He suffered a temporary nervous breakdown. All nervous breakdowns are temporary, aren't they? I mean, I guess maybe some are permanently in a mental hospital afterwards, but most people will have a breakdown, pull themselves together, and then they're fine. But so just to make sure it's not a permanent one, it's just a temporary. It's not a permanent nervous breakdown. It's a temporary nervous breakdown. Just don't worry, it's temporary. All right, so now everybody's wearing diapers. Here's the one I was thinking about. On horseback with no shirt on. He thought he was Fabio. And you know what? This is why I don't care. I don't watch the news. Because this is the kind of crap they're feeding people. That's not good for my diet. I don't want that. Yeah. It's very unhealthy to be fed this stuff. Spoon fed it every day. Well, actually, I don't eat it once a week. And it's kind of funny, though. Here's another one. Forbes, you guys. Forbes. Here's TikTok. Forbes said, if I can find it, did Putin really fall? Did Putin really fall and soil himself? They put. Oh, look at Grace. They already did it. Hashtag Putin pooped. I would say Putin's health. The hashtag Putin pooped himself began trending. Grace, you're a trend center. It's all scripted. It's all scripted. And you know what? When they put those things in single quote, instead of double quotation things, they just do a single. That's your cue right there. You look that up, and it's probably 33 or some crap. Yeah, it's all scripted. It's coded. Anyway, hashtag Putin pooped himself. So now Joe Biden's pooping himself. He's wearing diapers. Putin's pooping himself. He's wearing diapers. Who's next? And what other politicians, world leaders do we got? Maybe Kamala Harris needs diapers? I don't know. Other world leaders. Who runs Russia? He might be in diapers next. Anyway, maybe the Kim Jong-un. He's going to have... He's not in control anymore, is he? Who's ever running North Korea, if it's really not... Who's ever running that, maybe they're going to be in diapers next. It is all scripted. All right. So anyway. And that's why I don't even bother watching the news. It is good for a good laugh, though. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, if you believe any of it by now, I don't know what to tell you. If you really believe it, if you can't see through this, not only is it scripted, but like the other day, that race baiting, every story is race baiting. Oh, the kid knocked on the wrong door and the old white man shot him. The black kid, it's like, okay, why are we bringing the name? Why would you even mention the colors? Well, because without it, it's not a furious story. If you just said a boy went up and knocked on the wrong door and a man came out and shot him, well, yeah, some people would be really mad and stuff, but nobody's outraged. Nobody's like ready to get, torches and pitchforks and go riot somewhere. But if you bring the color into it, now you got some. Now you got some pitchforks and torches. Now you got people mad. So you got to put the color in there. It's called race baiting. And then you got idiots on YouTube reporting the story like it's all legit. And you know what the address was? What was it, 33? Yeah, it wasn't the address 33 he was supposed to go to, or whatever. It's always you know what I mean? And if you're out there telling people and getting outraged over this story, then you're part of the problem too. You're just as much part of the problem. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, I'll wrap it up and get off of here. And say goodnight. Say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Anything else? Once you know their code, you can see through their, right through their scripted, right through their script. Well, it's a scripted reality. Yeah, good night, Gracie. Say good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Supposedly that's a Mandela effect. I'm like, no, they used to just say good night. No, she didn't just used to say good night. It wouldn't be a joke. He said good night, Gracie, and she's dim-witted, so she thought she's thinking he told her to say good night, Gracie. So she says good night, Gracie, but he's telling her name is Gracie, and he's not. It's like, hey, pass the ketchup, Gracie. I mean, anyway. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for anyway being here, John, Grace, and D, of course. And anybody else who's listening, or if you're going to listen on the replay, thanks for listening on the replay. Hope you all have a great rest of the evening. If you have a Sabbath rest, I hope it's a delight, because they always are. And I hope see you tomorrow night. We'll have a short study tomorrow night. Not sure what it will be yet. Otherwise, that's probably it for tonight, huh? Thank you, Mama Cat, and everyone. Love you, Cat. Love you too, Grace. Love you, Dee. Love you, John. Love you guys. Thanks for coming in. God bless each and every one of you. Well, pray us out. Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us this evening. We thank you for all of our blessings. We thank you for the Sabbath rest. We thank you for hearing our prayers. We thank you for providing for us. We can't thank you enough, Father, for all you do for us. Amen and amen. Praise be to you. It says, sleep well, Dee. Be blessed and enjoy your meeting tomorrow. Yes, Dee, have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy your meeting. Grace, you have a wonderful day too. John, you have an awesome day, and anybody else listening. Hope, and yep, and a shout out to Che and his wife, and Christy and Thomas and Blood, and I'm not good with the list. Anyway, Dee says good night. Sleep well, you too, Dee. All right, love you guys. God bless each and every one of you. Praise and glory to God. Hallelujah and shalom. And peace out.